Welcoming our Sky Thoroughbred Central audience to the KBRC for the first time. It's Tab Touch Hannans Handicap Day, and race number 7 is the Gordons Pink Handicap over 1,100 metres for the 64 plus brigade. The 1 and 3 are scratchings, and Scott Embry, Love Drunk Baby, has been in good form all season round and is our favourite here once again.
Certainly has been. Willie Pike rode last start. It was here a fortnight ago and was way too strong for them. Just found the front, gave a really good kick on straight and Lockie, but today it's up to Clint Johnston-Porter, and with the scratchings of Play That Funky Music, who goes to Saturday, and Birds the Word, who goes to Saturday, I thought he had his chance to lead and win.
It also must be known that Keshaw Duran is replacing Sean O'Donnell here because Sean dislocated his right shoulder out of the barriers earlier on today, so he's off all rides, which means he won't be riding big screen in the Hannans Handicap either. Christy Bennett will replace him. The first horse we'll preview, though, is our favourite, who we've touched upon to some extent, the 2, Love Drunk Baby, for Peter Fernie and Clint Johnston-Porter.
Well, I thought here today for Clint Johnston-Porter and Love Drunk Baby Lockie, he got his chance to lead and win because after the scratchings here, there's not a lot of speed.
The 3 is a scratching, as we said, so we move to the 4. Dunbar for Peter Fernie and Lucy Fury.
I thought here from barrier number 1 that Lucy Fury could end up probably 3 back the fence, which is not a great spot at Kalgoorlie, but at least you can cut the corner here. Dunbar, his 2 runs back have left a fair bit to be desired. His form in the previous preparation was much better than what he's showing at the moment.
5, No Dust on Me, blinkers off for Paul Tapper and Christy Bennett.
Well, this horse is a bit of a veteran. He's now a 10-year-old. He hasn't shown his best for a while. He did win a race going back 9 or 10 starts ago at Kalgoorlie, but he surprised that day at 90-1.
The 6, Spin Shalar, Georgia Grant and Keshaw Duran replaces Sean O'Donnell.
Well, I was pretty keen on this horse today. It was one of my better bets, but of course you lose the services of the senior rider Sean O'Donnell and you gain the services of an apprentice in Keshaw Duran who cannot claim, so we certainly just cool a little bit on terms of the better bet on the program, but I thought here today Bin Shalar had a wonderful opportunity to sit in the slipstream of our favourite in Love Drunk Baby and hopefully zap that galloper late.
The 7, Mungo Jerry, is 3rd up here in Western Australia for Ricky Brown and Michael Poy and is 7 into 420.
Go back 3 starts ago as a winner at Kyneton, a 0-58 on a heavy, and then had 2 starts in WA. Disappointing first start, put a line through that. Second start in a Class 2, beaten ahead by Witch Street and High Pressure. That form was handy enough earlier on in a lower grade, but today you get a bit of weight relief, you get a senior rider on. Thought Mungo Magic was a top 4 proposition.
8, My Boy Chris for Helen Harding and Tash Faithful.
Drawn a wide gate here, likely to do it tough. First up, no trial. The market has no love for this horse, out to $18.
9, Saturday Sinner, David Smith and Jay McNaught.
50-1 here. Has had 2 starts back this campaign, or 3 starts if you like. One of them was a trial. It was a disappointing trial at Belmont. Then it was also a disappointing return to racing at Kalgoorlie on 2 different occasions, beaten 15 and beaten 13.
And the 10, the big one for Neil Della and Cassie Martin.
We have to be very, very respectful here of the Neil Della, Cassie Martin combination. 52.5 kilos after the claim. This is the horse that's yet to leave the mounting yard. He's just putting on a little bit of a slow parade here. They're trying to get the gear ready. They're trying to get Cassie Martin aboard here. It was a last start winner in a Class 2. Won only by a headlocky, but in a really good time. 52.5 kilos after the claim. Drawn inside as well of Love Drunk Baby, even after the scratchings here. I thought we'd find the front, 52.5 kilos, very respectful, very dangerous.
I'm now catching up with leading Kalgoorlie trainer and Peter Fernie, who saddles up 2 horses ahead of race number 7. Pete, Love Drunk Baby, the favourite in this race, a last start winner. Willie was able to find the front, control the race and give a good kick upon straightening. I suppose that's the plan here today?
Oh, it's not really, because if the other one goes too hard, we're not going to take it on. It's got 52 and we've got 57, so we'll just be guided to how he jumps and how the other one jumps. If he just sits off it, well, we'll be happy with that. Put a bit of pressure on it before the corner and see how we go.
The stablemate, Dunbar, he doesn't win out of turn, but he always seems to try his best. What do you make of his chances from barrier 1?
Oh, well, I think barrier 1 will suit him. He was a little bit disappointing the other day, but I think he'll improve a fair bit today. Lucy's had a few rides on him and goes quite well for him, so let's hope it's the case.
Love Drunk Baby, he's around $3 to win. Dunbar at a similar quote to place. Where would you like to put your money?
Place Dunbar.
Always safe. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, mate.
There's Peter Fernie with a word on his 2 chances, saying that perhaps Dunbar, despite not having the best winning record, maybe he's worth a couple bob each way, especially the place price. Scott, how did you see this one playing out from a map perspective? As we just heard, Pete isn't hell-bent on finding the front with Love Drunk Baby.
Well, that's interesting because the speed I thought came out because Birds of the World was drawn barrier 9 with Zeph and Johnson Porter to claim 3, but they go to Saturday. And of course, his galloper in that Play That Funky Music also goes to Saturday. So you take a fair bit of the speed out of this race, and I actually thought that Love Drunk Baby would bounce on the front for Clint Johnson Porter. So after the scratchings, I thought he'd actually been done a little bit of a favour here. But of course, you do have the big one who's drawn inside of him with only 52.5. So for me, the speed map is the big one to lead, Love Drunk Baby to sit on the outside, and then I really like the map here for Bin Shalar, Lockie. Just sit on the back of them, one out, one back, and poised to strike at the right time.
Looking at this market, Love Drunk Baby 380 into 310, Bin Shalar 6 into 370, Mungo Jerry 7 into 370, the big one 650 and steady at that quote, and Dunbar has been $15 into 9. Obviously, you do need to be a little bit wary that there have been deductions in this market. How did you order the 4?
6, 10, 2 and 7 for me. On top with Bin Shalar, I know you lose the senior rider and Clint and Sean O'Donnell for the non-claiming apprentice here in Keshore Durun. It's a real red flag here late in betting, but again, this horse has also been very well supported. I thought her first up run was very, very good. She was first up no trial for around a 6 or so month absence from the racing. She sat 3 deep from barrier 7 in a field of 11. She loomed up large. She just blew out a little bit late for mine behind Love Drunk Baby and Solar Eyes. And here today, drawn a much better barrier. Barrier number 4 has had 9 starts here at the KBRC, 3 wins, 5 minors. 6 of those 9 have been at the track and distance. That's for 2 wins and 4 minors. So I thought that here at $3.80, you could do a lot worse than backing Bin Shalar just to sit on the back of the pace and hopefully zap them late. 6 on top for me, Bin Shalar from number 10. Very, very wary here of the big one with only 52.5 kilos. Jump and run sort of type of animal. Out on the track now, Cassie Martin has been very, very successful on this horse. For number 2 in Love Drunk Baby, my only concern with Love Drunk Baby is that they may have to just sit off the back of the big one today, and this is a horse that hasn't really shown a whole lot of versatility to date. And I'll include 7 in Mungo Jerry, who's actually been back now locking into favouritism at $3.50. Comes up a long, long way in grade, but gets the senior rider on and a fairly reasonable draw after the barriers, comes after the scratchings. I'm going to go here in race number 7 at Kalgoorlie, 6, 10, 2 and 7.
6 Bin Shalar on top for Scott, for Georgia Grant and Keshore Durham replacing Sean O'Donnell. If you're just joining us for the first time, Sean O'Donnell off all remaining rides here at Kalgoorlie with a dislocated right shoulder. So fingers crossed for Sean that he's back in the saddle sooner rather than later because he's been riding in super form. But it's Bin Shalar on top for Scott as we hand you upstairs to Darren McCauley to call home race number 7.
So the big one to make its way there, Mungo Jerry remains out. So does Love Drunk Baby Bin Shalar. And now one of the attendants goes down and takes hold of the big one and brings it forward. Love Drunk Baby at 340, not much in this market. 340 favourite, Love Drunk Baby, equal second to Lex. Pressing Bin Shalar, Mungo Jerry, 360 each of 2. The big one, 550. The last call as Love Drunk Baby is now being summoned to the gates. Mungo Jerry to follow it in. Almost set to go. Only Mungo Jerry required to come forward. Fine first up win by Great Deben in the previous to make it 2 for 2. So the lights are flashing and the field stands. Gates open, racing no dust on me, actually the first to hit the ground. The big one burned it off and away very quickly is Mungo Jerry. Right behind them, Bin Shalar, Saturday Sinner. They will be sitting wide on the course as they get going. Further back is Dunbar, Love Drunk Baby beaten for speed. Right off them, second from last, and the tail ender going out toward the Charles Street side is My Boy Chris. They put the 700 beyond them now, and the leader is the big one. High balling, had the neck arched, out 3/4 on Mungo Mungo Jerry. 2 lengths, Bin Shalar with the drop on the 2 leaders. Running fourth down near the inside, Dunbar. Saturday Sinners back there. My Boy Chris, No Dust on Me. Love Drunk Baby's got the task in front of it. As they come into the home straight, the big one at the 350 led the way. Mungo Jerry about to get onto its bike and comes out after the leader and put pay to it. 2 lengths, Bin Shalar followed further back, Dunbar. Inside the 200, Mungo Jerry's a neck clear. The big one keeps coming back. It's the big one fighting. Mungo Jerry's got a battle on its hands. Mungo Jerry on the outside has the head in front. Mungo Jerry will win. Mungo Jerry just scored from the big one who was brave to the line. Third, 2 lengths away, Dunbar. Love Drunk Baby never came into it. Every chance behind them, Bin Shalar, but disappointing. No Dust on Me was next home. And the last couple to greet the judge. Back there, My Boy Chris in company with Saturday Sinner. 7 Mungo Jerry. Appreciating the weight relief today, written by Michael Poy. Mungo Jerry eventually getting the better of the big one, who simply wouldn't put up a white flag. Got headed clearly in the straight, but came back and made the eventual winner really dig in and deserve the win. It's 7:10.46 the interim placings, and they have run 1:04.70. Love Drunk Baby, they're stepping away right back in the field uncharacteristically, and never ever coming into the race at any stage, and Bin Shalar was afforded every prospect but did naught. 7:10.46 Mungo Jerry settled on speed, did drop a lot in weight on its first 2 runs back, did have excuses last start, and Poy has got it home to victory this afternoon to beat number 10, the big one, Cass Martin. 4 Dunbar, Lucy Fiore will weigh in 3rd, and Bin Shalar in 4th spot, but well beaten. 7:10.46, and the margins are a short neck 2 1/4, and we're waiting on a 600 sectional to come through after the Gordons Pink Handicap. So Mungo Jerry by Sue Boog from Stars Are Out for T Brown, and also OK Voodoo, trained by Ricky Brown and ridden by Michael Poy. The big one, second to So Secret, Jaw Dropper Gelding, Neil Della, Cass Martin, and Dunbar's by Vancouver from Cunye, trained by Pete Fernie, ridden by Lucy Fiore. So did the big one this afternoon. The listed Tab Touch Hannans Handicap over 1400. Natasha Faithful gets back onto the horse. She won a Hannans on last year. Let's Gallivant, replacing Willie Pike. Galaxy Affair coming out, leaving us with 12 to run. And Christy Bennett has replaced Sean O'Donnell, injured earlier on today. He's sustained a shoulder injury and unable to ride big screen. So Kay Bennett, without a ride in the Hannans, all of a sudden finds herself up in one of the driver's seats with big screen. Should be a great clash. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, Darren. I'm now catching up with winning trainer of race number 7 in Ricky Brown. Ricky had been knocking on the door with his first 2 starts this preparation. Did you expect a performance like that here today?
Yes, I did actually. We brought him from over east and he came across with a bit of travel sickness and he's taken a fair while to settle in. We didn't trial him. He's a little bit big still, I think, and just ran out of condition. And his next run was huge. He was a bit unlucky. The horse got through on the inside of him and he clipped the heels trying to come out. And since then he kept on improving.
From barrier 6 today, he stepped cleanly and settled outside the lead. From there, he always looked like Michael Poy had plenty of horse underneath him.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to run second. I thought we'd run 4th or 5th with him. I thought Peter's horse would have led with Neil's horse. So I'm a bit surprised I rode him because I think he's a better horse ridden back, a little bit quieter.
Today he only carried 54.5. It was only his 3rd career win from 12 starts. Can he go on with it now? Do you think he's better than this type of grade?
Actually, I had big raps on him when he first came here, and hopefully we'll go to that championship at the end of the year. We'll wait 3 weeks and start in that, and then qualify him and hopefully go to Perth with him and he can have a rest.
Sounds like a plan. Hopefully we're chatting in Perth in a few weeks' time. Well done.
Hope so. Thank you.
There's Ricky Brown after the win of Mungo Jerry, and Michael Poy, albeit 50 metres or so away, is now catching up with Scott Embry.
7, 10, 4, 6. It's too strong. Mungo Jerry here. Second start or third start for Ricky Brown's yard. You rode this horse last start, carried 60.5 kilos. Weight comes off today. Ridden a bit more positive. Too strong.
Yeah, it sure was. Fantastic purchase from over east. Come over here, had one run. Taj rode it, ran well. They got on top of a few little problems it had, and now it's strung a good run and a win together. I just had to duck over here to make it official quickly. That's why we're 50 metres away. But look, good run. The Browns do a fantastic job with their horses. I come for them usually. They're my main supporters, and they get winners nearly every time I come out.
I suppose the race changed a lot when it wasn't Love Junk Baby out in front.
Yeah, I saw it step slow, and I made it pretty quickly clear. I wanted to get across it and quickly get that spot outside the leader, because that was probably my only problem, potentially being 3 wide if I pushed forward, but luckily it stepped slow. I slid across and we got it pretty nice out in front.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
Smart ride there from Michael Poy, combining with Ricky Brown and Mungo Jerry to take out race number 7, where numbers were 7, 10, 4 and 6. Our Sky Thoroughbred Central audience will now be off to a break, and on the other side will be New Central.